Hey guys, right, have you ever wanted to do a specific intro for someone on a stream? Or even have a dancing cat on the stream? Well, you're in the right place. Let's go. Okay, right, let's get started. So, I just ran through the MixItUp installation on my other computer, and it doesn't seem that hard to do. So what I'd recommend is to just run through that by yourselves. If you get stuck, obviously, go in the comments and just say, look, this was crap. I don't know how to do the first bit. Help me out here. I could do another video. I'll get back to you in the comments ASAP. But what I would recommend you to do is to create a secondary Twitch account. So if I jump into my chat here, you'll see in my chat, I always have JamibiBot and Jamibi. So obviously Jamibi is my main Twitch account. So I've always got Jamibi logged in because I'll be streaming through there. JamibiBot is logged into MixItUp, and that will be the bot that if I have like a command or a timer, kind of like a ticker thing like, hey, follow my Discord or join my Discord or follow my Twitch or suck your mum or go on my YouTube, and it's I don't have a suck your mum command, but maybe I should. Yeah, so that all comes from JamibiBot. It's not under my name or Streamlabs or Stream Elements or something. I do have Stream Elements there. I don't know why. It's just there. I don't really use the Stream Elements bot. The bot is on, but I don't use it that much, so it's just kind of there for the sake of it. So if I jump into some of the other features of MixItUp, I won't go too deep into it now. I'll try and kind of get the content in a contents window kind of thing. So users are here. Obviously, if you've just started on MixItUp and the first time you've installed it and you're just like, wow, I'm looking at this and there's nothing there, don't worry. What I'd probably recommend you to do is to do a couple of streams with MixItUp just running in the background. What that will allow it to do is just grab a couple of stats from people who are dropping in. So if your regulars drop in, for instance, that would be probably quite good. So as you can see here, I've got it filtered by the time. So it's all organized by how long people have been in the stream, for instance. So I kind of initially did this. I kind of know who drops in, obviously, because I speak to them, but I kind of did this for these intros I do. So the idea behind this was to make it a bit more personalized for people and then just make them feel a bit more welcome, if that makes sense. So it's from personal experience. I've been on to, obviously, I go to other Twitch streamers' accounts, and a few of them have kind of like a sound that plays, but they have to obviously manually trigger it off their stream deck. I just wanted it to be automated. I thought, say you, for instance, if you think, wow, I'm going to drop into this guy's chat, and then you stick around for a bit and you're like, I quite like this guy, and I think, I quite like this guy, I'm going to give you an intro. And then next time you pop into the chat, it's going to have a big banner up with your name and then just a little video. They're usually stupid. They're not really personalized as such. Some of them are, but they're just like a random meme or something, or just based on something that I know the user likes kind of thing. So it's cool, and people seem to have really adapted and really like it. They know when they come in, I can hear, usually it's either I'll play a song or the video will play and I think, oh, there's a German guy smashing his keyboard, that must be a week. Or there's an Irish guy dancing, that's JB, you know. So it helps me to know that the regulars are there and to make an effort to speak to them when they do drop in. Not that I've ever just thought, oh, someone's dropped in and chatted to me, I'm not going to speak to them. But, you know, it helps. So if we'll take JB, actually, the Irish guy. Salute JB if you're watching this video. If you haven't followed JB Games JB, I would 100% recommend it. They're always a good laugh. He was one of the, not the first people, but one of the first big communities I got into was JB and Lone Wolf, and they're all brilliant. So I'll put their links in the description as well. I'd recommend following all of them, dropping into their community and saying hi. So we'll take JB. He's actually watched my stream for 9,397 minutes. I'm sure a lot of that is lurking, but obviously we appreciate it. So what you would do is just hit the edit button on the right, and this will then bring up some info on JB. Obviously you can see his account age is his account age with Twitch. His follow age is his follow age with me. His sub age is his sub age with me. Sometimes I don't think that's right, so don't take that as letter of the law kind of thing. It was wrong for a couple of people. I don't know why. I don't know where it gets it from, but that honestly seems about right for JB, so we'll take it as that being right. The last scene, I think, is the first message he types in the chat. So Yeah, so that was 2 days ago now from when I'm recording this video, and that was my last stream actually. So he was in my last stream, probably that's quite early on in the stream, so probably copped in, said hi, that's it. So it tagged him as being there, which I find really, really good. I quite like that last scene. So if you think, when was the last time I saw that guy, then you can see here. And obviously you can see the watch time is on the left as well, and it puts it a bit more nicer than just a million minutes or whatever it was. So what you can do in this, honestly, I ignore the currency and rank and the inventory. I don't even know what it does. It's just unnecessary. I don't think it's too necessary to get involved in stuff like that. But if that's your sort of thing, I'm sure there's a video out there somewhere, or you can look on the documentation for MixItUp and get some more info on that. The things that I really like about this is the user-only chat commands, which I don't actually use, but you can use them. So it would just be literally only that user can use that command. So you could do, for me, I could make them trigger their intros, for instance, if they wanted to just play their intro or a certain sound, or get my bot to write a message, or, you know, depending on if they're mods or stuff like that. JB is a mod, so he can trigger people's intros through the mod commands as well. So that's cool. And then the one that I love is this custom entrance command. So the idea behind this, as I said, is to just make people feel welcome and just respected in the stream, that I know they're there, I've made an effort, I've created stuff for them. So what happens when JB drops in? Remember, he's Irish, if you're wondering what the hell. So I'll just test the command. You've got a little banner there that pops up with his name, and then just a little Irish guy dancing with the Irish flag. And it does play some music, as you can see, coming through the virtual audio cable here into the stream. So yeah, so obviously the first message JB will type, that'll trigger that. Bang, he's there, he knows that that's there, and I know that he's there. So I'll walk through how to actually set one of them up in a bit. I just kind of want to go through the main contents, and then I'll go deeper into how you actually do it. So yeah, that's the users. That's pretty much, personally, as much as I use of the actual users. I don't really do anything else on that. Let's go on to the next bit, which should be the commands. So as you can see, I have quite a few commands in here now. The main commands that I use, so as I said with the intros, I've got these intros as commands as well, because with the entrance command, it just plays once on the first message. So if, for instance, you're on a longer stream and someone comes in straight away on the starting screen and goes, "Hey, Jamibi, thanks for the stream, I've got a lurk," and then it just played their intro, and then they go, and then you're on a mad one, and you're like 6 hours later, they pop in again, and they're like, "Hey, Jamibi, I'm back," and you're like, "Oh, hey," but you might not hear the intro or something like that, because it won't trigger again, basically. So what I like to do is, on my stream deck here, I have the intros in a folder here. So basically, there's nothing really clever about this. MixItUp has a run command thing on the stream deck. So if I just drag that over and just show you quickly. So I've got either the channel points, the chat event, which is pretty much the commands, an event, or a timer. So what I will do is do the chat, and then on here, all of my commands are here. So these are all just pretty much the intros. I don't really have many commands apart from that. So you've got Andy's intro here, for instance. So if I was to go into my stream and then press the Andy button, then his intro will play, his banner will come up, and then the normal stupid intro, but we love it. They're all stupid, to be fair. So his intro will play, and it's as simple as that. So that's why I do the commands. There's no real reason to, and if you don't want to, you don't have to. It does take extra time. I'll show you how to speed up that process, but it does take a little bit of extra time. So if, for instance, I wanted Andy to be able to trigger that command, he could type his name with an exclamation mark in front of it. I think at the moment the mods can trigger them. Okay, so this little icon here, the user role, and you go to role here. So I don't use most of these roles. I just stick with the Twitch ones. So the streamer is obviously myself, the mods are my mods, and then a VIP if I wanted the VIPs to do it. So I don't think I don't think anyone knows this. I kind of kept it a secret, but if anyone's watching this from my stream, if you type exclamation mark and your name, it will trigger your intro. But you have to be a mod, actually. So if you're a mod, it does. If not, then maybe ask a mod and they'll do it for you. But yeah, so an exclamation mark, and that will trigger that. You could put anything in there and just not ever use the command, but just use it through your stream deck if you have a stream deck. I'd recommend that, because then it just lets you trigger the commands and the videos and all that. And the cat jam is one that I just like, bah, when there's actual cat jams on. So I'll walk through these commands. Like I said, I'm just going to get a big overview on the bot on how I've set it up personally, and then we can go back. So yeah, I think I've just got intros in there. There's probably a few. I did have one when I was doing a charity stream here. Yeah, I just had literally my bot bark out, and I had a command where I just pressed the stream deck because I was doing 24 hours and I didn't want to have to get on the keyboard because I'm playing on PlayStation 5 with Avengers. I didn't want to go on the keyboard and have to go like, oh, charity, blah, blah, blah. So I just have a button on the stream deck, trigger a command through here. Also, I had a chat trigger and I said, if you want more info, exclamation full farm, and it was coming up and it worked perfectly. And it was all coming from my bot. As you can see, you can hit send as streamer, which would send from me, but otherwise it will get your bot. So it was always going from Jamibi bot. To prove that, if we just test that command, you see Jamibi bot is barking out, check out the charity here, and it does that. So the other thing that is really good with this bot is the channel point redemptions. So I click on the channel point redemptions, and I used to have probably like 10 or so of these. I've since kind of cut it back because I decided to kind of get off MixItUp and get back on MixItUp. Sounds a bit stupid, but I kind of wanted to organize stuff a little bit better than how I did before. And then I thought once I was doing that, let's kind of stop and maybe do a video on it and help people, because I've learned all this myself. That's maybe why it might not be the best way to do some of this, but learning it all myself, I feel like I have a good understanding of what's going on with this bot and how stuff is. So let's go with the cat jam, for instance. The cat jam channel point is, you can spend your salutes on the stream. You get cat jam and just hit redeem. So what that would do is triggers a scene in OBS, a video and a scene in OBS to play, and then you can see it plays the cat jam here. So jumping into the MixItUp bot, it just automatically knows about these like rewards. So if you go add command to an existing reward, and then you've got reward name, I have a test one here, so I could hit test, and then in there I could just go on to action, and then we'll just do a chat message again, just for now. So go chat message, press the plus button, and then just go test, and then we will test that. Let's actually save that just so it goes on a test. So go back to the tests here and go to test, and then go redeem. Test, and then you've got Jamibi bot doing a test command. It's literally as simple as that. This is why I love MixItUp, because it's so simple to do stuff that is kind of complex with other bots, or complex if you're thinking, I have no idea what I'm doing. But it kind of just walks you through it, and it's kind of good. Okay, right. Let's get into the main part of this video, how to actually do all of this stuff. So thank you so much if you've kind of made it this far with me rambling on and on. If you've skipped from the contents, I'll forgive you this time. And I understand you just want to know how to bloody do this stuff. So let's go into MixItUp, and we'll just do a command, even though the actual entrance command works exactly the same as this. So if you want to do an entrance command, you would go to users, and like I showed you earlier, or if you didn't see that, go on one of the users, such as, we'll go stream captain because he won't have one. Click on edit, and then when it comes up, just go custom entrance command, add command. Make sure it's under custom entrance command. I literally did it like 2 or 3 times where I made a user only chat command and it doesn't trigger. It's just for them. It's for the user to trigger it. The custom entrance command is the only one that triggers automatically on the first message that they write. So if you want them to have an intro, do it in the custom entrance command. And when you do that, it just says make the command. So we'll make the command how you make a normal command, and then we can kill 2 birds with 1 stone. So click on commands, new command. And we're going to do a test one here, even though I started doing it because I did record a video just then and it kind of went a bit rubbish. So let's, I'll remove that intro test. And so I don't want to do intros, so stupid. Okay, well, let's go. MixItUp command, and then right. So let's start from right at the top. You're creating your amazing intro for someone, or your amazing command, and you want to play a little video when someone redeems a channel point or something. So name, call it test orange, and chat triggers test orange as well. Okay, so it'll auto include the exclamation mark, so you don't need to go exclamation mark test orange or anything like that. So just type it in there, and then as you can see here, no exclamation mark needed, space separated, semicolon for multi-word. So okay, what you want to do is hit action, and then streaming software, and then press the plus button, and then you'll see that this comes up. So this is how I have set it up, and this is maybe not the best way to do it, but I like it this way and it works for me. So what I have done, as you can see, if I scroll down a bit, I have, well, firstly, in my main scene, every scene that you want these to appear on, you have to add this main intros main scene that I'm just about to show you. So just make sure the intros and the point scene, which we'll get onto as well, is in every single one of your scenes. So the way I've got my OBS set up is nested scenes. So I have my like Sony camera, my main camera is there. Obviously you can't see it at the moment because I'm using it like without it being plugged in. That is in its own scene, and then I nest the scene into this one, so it just allows me to then manipulate the camera without having to make a new scene for every time I want to do that. You've got the HDS 60, so my capture card is its own scene, and then what I do is go in game and I have my capture card as HDS 60 plus. We scroll down a bit to the intro video, so I've tried to organize it a little bit, and I've got my intros main. So in the intros main scene, you'll notice that every single person has their own scene for their sub intro, and they're all not visible. And when you go, if we go to say Hex Undermoon's one, so you click on that and the intro banner and the intro video are there. So this intro video is literally just a video, so it's just Twitch subscriber intros, Hex Undermoon, and then Dragon.mp4 that is playing. So what I do is, you want to definitely tick this box, restart playback when source becomes active, untick the loop, just in case you forget to hide the intro after, because it will just loop and loop and loop and loop and loop, and you'll just look like absolute lunatic. So untick the loop, do the restart playback when source becomes active. Sure enough, when playback ends, it don't really matter because we're going to hide the source anyway. Close file when inactive. I do that, I don't know, because I've got a 2 PC setup, I'm streaming from a laptop, it probably don't really matter that much, but I like to do it anyway. So press OK, add your video, position your video wherever you want it. So personally, I have all of my intros going down here in the bottom right of the stream. So that's kind of the thing, people know if there's an intro or if they're going to do a channel point command. In my stream, personally, they know to look bottom right, it's always going to be on there in the main scene. This intro banner is a little bit different. So I downloaded the Nerd or Die free social media pop-up thing, which I will link down below as well. And what I've done is I've just manipulated that to add someone's name in it. So if we go to one I did earlier, so we'll go to Hex Undermoon. So I've got all of my, I'd probably recommend doing something like this. You don't have to use OneDrive, use your Google Drive or even like a backup drive. Maybe, yeah, maybe not. Maybe a cloud-based one will be better. So got OneDrive, Jamibi, Twitch, subscriber intros, Hex Undermoon. So in here I have the pop-up files. So these pop-up files are from the social thing from Nerd or Die. All I've done is I've set up my settings and stuff through their web browser, which I'll link. If you want another video for this, put it in the comments. I can make one for you guys if you want me to, just on how I've done this specific bit, make a little short or something. Once you've done the setup, which Nerd or Die walk you through, get the file and then just go into assets, settings and images, and then data values. So when you get this data values, you just right click and go edit or open with Notepad, and then literally just change the value to Hex Undermoon or whoever it is. You can go like deep into the settings and it just says like the pause time, how long it stays up there, and how long it will take to get back up. But this is all done through their HTML file on the web that they've got to show you. You can change all the fonts and stuff like that. So yeah, that's how to set that thing up. So also I've got that to shut down source when not visible and refresh browser when the scene becomes active. I think that one is important. Refresh the browser when the scene becomes active. Also with the videos, when you add them, you'll notice that if you have a video with audio, if you don't want it to play the audio, obviously mute it. You have to control it within here. So when that video plays, I think if I just, you can see the audio level. What you want to do is make sure, I think I went between like 35 and 25 on this little thing, and just make sure it's around there. I think even with these ones I was between 30 and 35, and if it goes higher, just drop the little slider thing down just to make sure it doesn't go too loud. What you may be best doing, or what I found was beneficial, is to stream on your bot account and get someone to just check it and just go through it with them with all of this stuff, because if they're too loud, it just annoys people. So just kind of make sure, or you can just record it yourself and then just play back your recording. So maybe just start recording and just play every single intro and just change the things as you want. Anyway, we digress again. So yeah, what you want to do is create a a scene. So let's create a scene that just changes the whole stream to orange. This will be our new command. So we'll go add, and then we'll call it intro. We'll make it an intro. We'll pretend someone called Orange loves my stream. So intro orange. Okay. So I like to put it in alphabetical order. That's just preference. I just like to know, yeah, it's all in order. It's easier to look for. So first thing I do is create the intro, and then just before I forget, come to intro main. And what you want to do is hit the plus and then go scene and then add existing. So you want to just come down here and then intro orange. Also, this is why it's nice having it alphabetically, so you're not like, where is everything? So intro orange. Okay. Then intro orange, we can bring down into there. And what you want to make sure is not visible. Make sure it's not visible. Otherwise, it mucks up the whole thing with the MixItUp, and it just absolutely creates chaos. Trust me, I've done it before. So you've done that. Go into intro orange, and what we'll do for this, we'll just make a color source and just call it orange, and we will go select color and make it orange. Okay. So what you would want to happen now is for when that intro comes on, the whole screen is going to go orange. So let's go back up to, so make sure it has to be visible in its own scene. So all of these you'll see are visible in their own scene, and then in the main scene, none of them are visible. So let's go up to the in-game scene. So we have the intros main here. So that's not going to make the whole stream orange. Actually, let's put it up so it will. So obviously, as you know, with OBS, this is kind of what's forward and what's back. So at the top is going to be the forward. So I would expect when the intro procs now, whole screen will go orange. So let's create the intro. Go to MixItUp, command editor. So this is our test orange. So we add the streaming software, go to OBS, and action, we want to toggle source visibility. So the scene name is not the orange scene. We want intro underscore main, intros main. So this sort of stuff, someone is at the front door this time. You have to make sure is exactly how it's typed in OBS, otherwise it'll fall over. So got intros main, and then the source name. So intros main is the main scene, and then the source name, as you can see, is intro underscore orange. So intro underscore orange. And then we want it to be visible. So that's it. We want that to be visible when the person triggers the intro or the command or whatever. So easiest way to turn it off again is just duplicate the command, click on it again, and then unvisible. So that shows it, that hides it. So we go down here and go on wait and press plus. It will make it wait 2 seconds and then just move that up in the middle so it waits in the middle of them. So visible, wait 2 seconds, visible. And let's do that then. So if we save that command down, and I'll go test orange. So the orange person's just come in and just typed something, anything. It doesn't have to be a specific command. If it's that person and it's their entrance command, then it will do it. Obviously, because this is only a command, they have to type the command, or someone has to type the command. So test orange, let's go. So I've done that. And obviously it took a second, but it's made it orange for 2 seconds and then it's gone again. If, for instance, I want to add that into someone's entrance command, obviously I won't be able to test it, but what I would recommend you to do is going back into the command. So go into the command editor, see that, and then down the bottom here, you can export the actions to file. So hit on that, and then if you have like a folder like I do, you can just create a new folder in here and just go test orange. Spell it right. Click on that, and then this is the file. So it's a bit dumb, to be honest. You have to call it like this. So it has to be MIU command. So testorange.miu command, and then hit save, and then we can do that, and then we can save that command down. And if we jump over to our users again, and we'll pick someone. Who can we pick that? Got one that would just be like random to do it. We'll go Eevee Queen. So click on Eevee Queen, go edit, and scroll down. So remember, don't add a command here. You want to add a custom entrance command. Add command. And we go on here. We'll go import actions from file. So import actions. You got that test orange one, and it knows it's a MixItUp command. Double click on that. And then if you want to just test that again, then you can see it's made it orange in the background here, and then that's done. So if she was to come in and type something, the whole screen would go orange for 3 seconds. People would be like, what the hell is going on? But obviously that's just for this test. So I won't actually save that, just so she's not confused when she comes in. But that's it really. I did say, I don't know if it was in one of the takes or if I did actually say this, I might be lying, but I said I would show you how to do it with the MixItUp overlay. So the MixItUp overlay, what you would do to set this up is click on the three little buttons, go down to services, and then you've got the overlay at the top. So overlay just gives you a web browser thing source to add to your OBS. So make sure you give it the name that it's actually called. So if you go up to your, I've got my in-game scene, I've added MixItUp there. Let me just drag this down just so I'm not streaming and someone's like, what the hell's going on? I've got MixItUp browser source. So if I click in that, actually, I have it as a scene. So you've got the MixItUp overlay here, which is just that one, and then like the width and height of it. So I have got it added, but like I said, I like to nest my scenes just, I don't know, maybe I've got problems. I just like to have scenes. So you've got the MixItUp scene, and then I go into the in-game scene, and you've got MixItUp there. I think the main thing that I like it is because I have the audio cable for the sounds coming through, because I use a Go XLR on my main PC, and then I have a line out into the laptop. It all gets complicated, so I like to just know where everything is. So I know in that scene I have the audio and the overlay set up perfectly. So if all I do is just embed that scene into each of the scenes I want it in. God, if I was watching this video, I'd be like, this guy is an absolute, yeah, one of them. MixItUp scene is there, and the overlay is all there. So that's all set up. You just copy and paste that into there. And what we can do is go back into the commands, and we'll take Mr. Orange, go in here, and what we would do is we'll add a MixItUp overlay here. So you do is click on overlay and click plus. So let's drag this up, for instance, so we can make it go orange. It'll still go orange, but we can have something else. So it says text, so why not put a bit of text on it? And then we can say orange is here. Woohoo. Let's even get the woohoo in there. And then we can, so this is where I don't like the MixItUp overlay, because it takes time to position the videos and position the text and position all of this stuff. And let me see, will this actually work? So duration must be greater than 0. So let's make it, we'll go up, put it up for 3 seconds as well. So missing required information for type of overlay action. So let's I think we'll just do this. Well, actually, let's make this, yeah, we'll make it black. And then we want the screen position, put it at the top. And entrance command, we'll do it, have it bounce in and bounce out. Maybe, I don't think you have to do all of that really. And we'll make it wobble. So that should hopefully work now, right? Yeah, so is that working? Okay, right. That completely fell over. And I know the reason why. Just so you guys know, I don't use the MixItUp overlay. That's why it kind of fell over, because I hadn't got it all sorted. So what you do is just make sure this is connected as well, and make sure the streaming software source name is correct as well. Even though I have it nested, it seems to like that I have it called MixItUp. So I've moved MixItUp to the top now. So if I go back into this command, and sorry, I know this is getting confusing because of the way I've set it up. So I go like this, and I'll just hit play. See that it goes orange, and orange is here, woohoo is there, playing for 3 seconds over the top of it. So the overlay does work. As I was saying before, the main thing I have against this overlay is the way that the positioning works. So for instance, to move that text where I want it, so let's make it a bit more visible so you guys can see it. So if I just play that again, orange is here, woohoo, right? So I'm thinking, right, I want that right at the bottom right corner. So if I hit the bottom right corner here and press play again, see, it's not really quite that. And I'm thinking, right, I want it to be right, like, and then you have to go into the positions and be like, right, I want it 500 pixels to the left, and then it's kind of like gone 500, and then you want it top, like maybe minus 500 or something like that. It should just take it from me, it's just it's a hassle to do it. So that's why I like to just go into the browser source, and then I can go for test orange. I could just go in here and just go, right, text orange is here, whatever, and then you go your mum, and then okay, and then put that there. All right, so now what we have, instead of that massive thing from the overlay, we'll just go in here and we'll just go play. There you go. And then if I think, right, that's not in the right place, I can just go orange is here and just bring it down like that. See, by the time I've added that source, it sounds like it's longer. I'm going to have to add the source anyway if I have a video from how I've done it. Might as well just add that in. And the banner is, if I want the banner to happen, I have to add a source. So you may as well just do it this way, to be honest. This is how I've done it. I can support you guys better if you do it this way. So yeah, that's what I would recommend using for that. And yeah, I think it's pretty much, that's how I personally use MixItUp. Obviously, as you can see, you've got the timers here. I do use these as well. These timers are commands as well. So let's just go into this a bit more actually. For this, I use a chat message. So basically, you've got the interval of 5 minutes, minimum message is 10, and then they're just randomizing these timers, all of the timers. So we can just go like test and then chat message. You just go chat message, test, and then just go. So it's typed in test, as silly as I typed it there. So these timers you can use for like Discord. So I've got my Discord here, like join a Discord server and then a Discord link and stuff like that. So this is similar to how you guys would have probably interacted with Streamlabs or Stream Elements. So if you guys want to kind of detach yourself from them services and just use MixItUp, you can do. As I said, I still use Stream Elements as well, but it's completely up to you guys. One other thing that I didn't go through is the events. So on the events, I personally don't really use this that much, but there is a way that you can make it cool. So if I just switch my seat, so I do it from the Stream Deck. That's my camera source, the old camera source actually. Obviously I'm using it at the moment, so you can't actually see the camera, but you can see the border, which will still be enough. So I have Stream Elements overlay with all of my follow alerts and all of that stuff on it. So, but what I have done is I've been clever with OBS, and if I click edit on here, instead of triggering a video, I've triggered a source on this camera. So I have a glitch effect on this camera that just goes up. So you can see it. If I jump into the Sony camera, I think it's, yeah, so you've got the glitch here. So it just glitches like that. So my whole thing is kind of like glitching and stuff like that. So I quite like that effect. So what I thought is, oh, wouldn't it be cool if all my camera glitched when someone followed me or something like that, so they can see that they're making a difference on the stream. Obviously I don't get that many follows, so it's not that annoying. If you're thinking, God, I get 1 million followers a day, that's going to be so annoying. Yeah, I don't get that many, so it's all right. So what would happen if someone followed me? It would play the normal like thanks for the follow, and then on here it would just play that as well. So it would just be like the whole stream is going mad just because someone's followed or subbed, or you know, it doesn't have to be as over the top as that for you guys, but it doesn't look as bad as that when the camera's there. You have to take it from me, but yeah, I quite like that. So what you could do as well is, if you wanted to take the alerts away from Stream Elements and stuff, is you could do, if someone follows, you could just have it go absolutely berserk, and just go mad on the stream and stuff. Or a sub, for instance, maybe not so much a follow, but a sub is a bit more exciting, isn't it? And yeah, and as a bonus one, I'm going to wrap up in a second, but there's going to be a bonus one at the end, is how to play multiple videos or different videos with a random number generator, which is quite clever. So stick around for that. Okay, just through editing, I realized I didn't really explain the channel points too well on this. So I wanted to just run through some of it for you guys. On the channel points works exactly the same as the commands and the entrance commands and all that stuff, but there's the but. So it obviously doesn't work the same, but yeah, you know. So you go to channel points, and on here you can, I briefly showed you guys earlier, I know, but I wanted to just top it off here. So you can create a new channel point reward. What I personally do is I do it through Twitch itself on that actual dashboard, just because I like having the little icons here. I know on these ones I haven't. So you got the jamibiSmash, just me going, ah! And then the cat jam is obviously the cat. So what you can do on MixItUp is, for the cat jam, if we just add, let's take the test away again. Just if you didn't watch the first part of the video and skipped ahead, go add command to exist and reward if you've created one. Go in here and then just hit test, and then that's it. That is literally it. You just then go in here and just go import, and then you could go to, I don't know, where's my command? So channel points, cat jam, and then I've got it saved. Cat jam is there, and then that's it. So if I can even save this and prove it to you, if I was then to go to test and then do that, the cat jam should be playing on the main screen. Yeah, so it's as simple as that. It's all just, once you know how to do a command, you kind of know how to do everything, and it all just kind of integrates into one. Again, that's why this is quite a simple but nice and effective bot to use. But once again, thanks for joining me in this adventure, and I hope this has helped someone. I'm quite new at doing these tutorials. I mean, I've had a YouTube channel for years and I never really took advantage of it, but I'm thinking now I want to get some content out. So please give me some feedback, even if it's negative feedback, and just make it constructive maybe. Don't just be mean. Just tell me what I could improve on, and I will try and do that. This is my first couple of videos, so I'll try to improve. And yes, thank you so much. And for those who just stuck around, here we go. Right, so I have a really, really silly channel points thing for the jamibiSmash. So I have 15 different videos of me just absolutely going berserk. So you can see this one where I'm just like, wow, I'm really angry, bang, and punching the desk and whoa. And I'm thinking like, my stream loves it though. Just probably this and the cat jammer, the two commands that just always, saying that these are the only two commands I have now, but even when I did have more, these were the two that were going berserk. So what I thought to myself is, oh, wouldn't it be cool if I could get MixItUp to go, oh, let's 15 videos here. Let's just pick a random one. So that's what I did. Remember, I've had no guidance on this program, so I'm learning it as I go. So what I personally did, some people said you can do action groups. I tried that, but it didn't work how I wanted it to. So what I did is I created a custom command called the jamibiSmash. So just this command is intense. So just give it. This is where MixItUp is quite clever. So for anyone, I know I said earlier in the video, this is kind of like using Power Automate or something like that, or Microsoft Flow, same thing. But what I have done, I haven't renamed that one as well, so there's 15 of them now. So you go here, 15, 1 to 15. Okay. So we've got 15 smashes in there, all added. So I added the first one. And what is clever about this is there's a condition on it as well. So, right, I'm going to lose a couple of you now. This is why I put it at the end of the video, because I didn't want it to be too mad. So this expression here, random number 1 to 15, is just like in C# or something, encoding, just choosing a random number. So just put is maths expression. I know they've misspelled it. See, yeah. So it's a math expression as they've called it. So just so it knows. Otherwise, I think it literally will just be like, yeah, that will go into there. So the way I did that is, you go into here. Does it count as a? Hang on, I'm just trying to work out how I did it before. Okay, the way I did this was to add a special identifier. So if you just come down here, special identifier plus, and then here you can just call it whatever you want. So for instance, on mine, I just called it RNG. So it will be referred to as $RNG. So whatever you type in here, it has a dollar before. So call it RNG, and then you've got this. This will have to be exactly like this. So dollar random number 1 to 15. If you hit help, I believe, yes, you can get a bit more help on this. This is where I read this, and you can see like some more information on it basically. So I looked at how to do all the maths expressions and stuff like that, even though I only used that. So what you want to do then is do the RNG, make it random number 1 to 15. So obviously then you're thinking, right, what do I do with that? So then you come down here and add a condition and just hit plus. So basically, if you are a coder, this is kind of like a makeshift switch kind of statement-y thing, and kind of like a glorified, like, if this then that, if this then that, if not this, you know. So on RNG 1 to 15, it rolls 1 to 15, and then you come down here, and then let's take smash 15. So you go, all of these are ors. So it's not like if this and that kind of thing. So it's or whatever. So yeah, it doesn't really make a difference because you're only doing one anyway. So the first value is $RNG. So if that $RNG equals 15, then do this. So you can see where I'm going. Each one of them, if it equals 1, if it equals 2, equals 3, and then it just, all I've done is just go show the smash, which is in an OBS Studio, source visibility, points main, points jamibiSmash. Show, I don't know, this was an old one that I did, but show the smash. So if I jump into my jamibiSmashes, you can see they're just S and then a number. So instead of showing the smash and manually putting it in so I could copy it, I was clever enough to just go S $RNG. So this thing here, I can export that, and then each one I can import it, and I don't need to change anything because it's just whatever this variable is here is what it will play going down. So you don't have to change anything. You just need to change the second value to whatever the number is, and it will just automatically play it. And that's it, really. That's how I did that, because a lot of people have been like, how are you doing that? And that's how you do it. Simple as.